How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel, and as mentioned in last time's video, we traded for Asa Lacy and Jack Leiter from the Pirates, sending Hancock, Isaiah Campbell, and Bryce Miller over to Pittsburgh, and we are going to look at Lacy's second start here as a Mariner. He K10 in the win against Cincinnati in his first start as a Seattle Mariner. So we will be taking a look at his second one against the Brewers. So a lot of NL Central competition for him. I'm sure. Well, now that you think about it, that was probably a start with the. Never mind, that was a start with the Pirates. I'm silly. So this is his first start as a Mariner. That's okay. And we are taking on the 40 and 37 Brewers. The Brewers are interesting. They've got Goldschmidt. They've got, I guess Yelich isn't on the team anymore. I didn't see him, but Brandon Woodruff's their ace. Oh, well, Shane Bieber's their ace. Then it's Woodruff. So they traded Corey Burns for Shane Bieber, and then you see Woodruff's stats. But it's a player lock game, as per usual with some of these. I like to do a lot of player lock pitchers games at least, because I can at least for sure get clips of those. And here we go, bottom of the first. Here is Luis Arraez. Y'all, he is having a great year in real life with the Marlins, hovering around that 400 batting average. Something special, let me tell you. So we've already got a 4-0 lead as we look at his pitch mix: four-seam, curveball, slider, and changeup for Lacy. And he, he's got the fun little stirrups there, but he will be facing the lefty Arraez, and he gets ahead of him with a first pitch strike, 0-1. The Brewers hovering above 500, or the Mariners are hovering above 500, and same with the Brewers. The Brewers are in third, the Mariners are in fourth still. But these divisions are this division is winnable. The Brewers are fighting for a wild card. And there's a strikeout. So Lacy looking good to start. Here is Yandy Diaz, playing third for Milwaukee, former Tampa Bay Ray. Checks his swing. They say he went around for a strike. Lacy getting ahead. Yandy batting .298 as we wrap up the month of June here. And another called strike. Good curveball. Hit hard but foul. Diaz acquired from Tampa in this year, 2025. And he's having a good year. But he swings and misses as Lacy picks up 2 Ks to start the ball game. Here's Wilson Contreras in the cleanup spot. Hit to left field, and that'll get down. And here comes the runner from third. And he will score. So the Brewers get on the board here in the first. RBI double for Contreras. To the second we go. Jonathan Schoop takes a strike. It's crazy that Schoop is in his 13th season. And he's down 0-2. Got him. 3 pitches. Lacy can get the strikeouts, but something that's concerning for me with him is the walks. Got to keep those down. Here's Diaz for a second at bat, and he's going to be out on strikes for the second time. On to the fourth, it's still 4-1 Mariners. Steven Kwan, who had a double his last time up, he's going to strike out. So Lacy is looking good after giving up that run in the first. 2-2 to Contreras. And he's going to pop it up into left center, I think. And that's going to get down for a base hit. So I guess, and he's going to go all the way to third with a triple. So Paul Goldschmidt looking to drive him in to bring the Brewers within 2, and he will do just that as that is lined into the outfield. And the catch will be made, and Contreras will tag, and it's a 4-2 ball game. On to the 6th, it's 5-2. We got him an insurance run. Luis Arraez arises to the occasion and is going to have a ground rule double to start the 6th with 1 out. Steven Kwan is going to hit that into the gap as well. It's 5-3. Quan has been great today, minus the strikeout. He's going to be held to a single, but he drives in a run and brings the Brewers within 2. Contreras is 2 for 2. Make it 2 for 3 as that finds the hole, and Quan will hold at second. So Lacey's getting hit hard now here in inning number 6. We'll see how long we keep him out there. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. Lacey gets ahead, 0-1. One and one. There's a strike, 1 and 2. Fastball's in, 2 and 2 to Paul Goldschmidt, former back-to-back MVP winner. Tyrone Taylor on deck, full count. Runner on first will go with the pitch, and that will find its way to the right field wall. The runner will come around to score. Sorry for my crappy camera work here. Not even moving the camera, but it's 5-4 Mariners. Here's Tyrone Taylor. I remember when he was just a prospect in the Brewers organization. Now he's getting everyday ABs in Milwaukee, and he's going to hit that fastball into center, and that will tie this ball game up as the throw is up the line, and the tag is not made. It's attempted to be made. So it's a tied ball game, 2 outs. Jonathan Scope. So Lacey's throwing strikes, but he just can't put these hitters away in the 6th, and I don't know why he's still out there, but oh well. 0-2. Slider misses.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hit into right field, and then that'll be into the corner. Here comes the runner around third. He will score. Scope comes through and gives the Brewers the lead here with 2 outs in the 6th, and that'll be it for Lacey. Mariners pull away with this one somehow. And we'll take the win. But it was an ugly 6th inning for Lacey. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. We take this one 9-8. Matt Brash gets the save. So now that we've got that out of the way, we're sitting at 49-40. Texas is taking over first place at 54-36. We are 4.5 out. We've gone 7-3 in our last 10. And taking a look at things before we head into the draft, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So we ended up sweeping Milwaukee, taking the second game 14-2. And Walter Ford looking good, 7 1/3, 5 walks though. Not loving that. Needs to tone that down. And then we take game 3, 2-1. Ty France with an error. Castillo goes 7 2/3. Murphy just gets so many chances in the bullpen. And then we headed to Oakland, and we took game 1 8-1. Logan Gilbert with a 9-inning, 4-hit shutout, 9 strikeouts. Took game 2 as well. 6-3. Bryce Terang with a couple of RBIs. Rodriguez with the stolen base. Lauer, he's a guy we're looking to trade. And then we lose game 3. I guess we're going to go through all of these games, but you want to win these series against Oakland because you guys know if you lose them, it just kind of sucks. So that's another start by Lacey. So I wanted to give Jack Leiter a start, but I don't think it's ever going to end up happening. Just due to how things lined up. Taken now to a 1-0 win over San Francisco. Julio with the 1 run, the solo shot. Hayes and Margot with extra bases. So our pitchers are fairly decent. Can't complain about that. Gilbert going 8 here as we take the series against San Francisco. And then we get to this Angels series, and that's kind of where the wheels fell off. Lauer going 6, giving up just the run. It's the bullpen. Andres Munoz, to be exact, who's really having an up and down season as he gave up 4 runs in that loss. Then we lose 9-5, and Steven gets the loss as he gives up 3 runs. So our bullpen kind of falling apart, 2-1 here, and then getting shut out. Bryce Turring's out for a couple days. He'll be back by the All-Star break. Fitzgerald is still out, and got to get past all of this. Just seeing we have Soto's in the Derby, but we take actually this game 5-4, so we avoid the sweep. Get past the All-Star game, blah blah blah. So Kirby is back, and then Terang will be back soon. So we gotta send somebody down. Gotta put Kirby back up in his rightful place as our ace. Our top 3 pitchers are hot. I didn't mean to do that. You're gonna see me realizing I messed up again. But we gotta send someone down, so I'm going to end up sending down Jack Leiter. I really agonized over this, and you're about to see I went through their stats just to kind of compare the two, not even thinking about Ford. But I like Lacey just a little bit more because he is a lefty, and also he's a little bit younger, so I want to give him, or a little bit older, so I want to give him the opportunity to succeed. Because he is 25, Leiter's 24. There you see, Lacey's got more experience. He's pitched about 20 more innings than Leiter. And he's given up more walks. He's gotten more strikeouts. He's given up, his ERA is 1 point higher, but whip is about the same, which their whip isn't great, neither of them. He started more games, has more quality starts. He's even got a complete game shutout with Pittsburgh. So you see he has those 20 innings. He's, had okay success. The WAR, his is a lot higher actually. K per 9, it's a little higher. Walk per 9 is a little lower. Home run per 9, and FIP is low too. So FIP is, the FIP is not I would like it to be lower for both of them, but Leiter's is well below average. So I'm gonna end up sending Leiter down. And didn't even think about Ford, but I like Ford a lot, so I'm keeping Ford out there. Because I want him to get more time in the show, because I have been impressed, even if his stats maybe are around the same and his attributes are a little bit lower. So in this portion of the video, I'm getting through today. We just did the draft, but I didn't show it. So we'll just show the prospects and how we did. But we're going to get through the trade deadline, and we're going to play a game at the end. But I really want to get rid of Lauer, Haggerty, Crawford, and just anyone else really. And I want to try to find a third baseman or a first baseman prospect, maybe even someone who could, replace France next year, because I'm really leaning towards not bringing France back. I don't know. I'm very conflicted, but I'm leaning towards no. So just kind of going through the trade offer. I want to make it realistic, but also we're at the point in MLB The Show where players are the normal. 70 is the new 65, So it's, I don't know, it's just really kind of hard when you're told 70 is average MLB, maybe bench bat, but here it's top prospect, still needs to be in AAA. I don't know, it's getting to that point now for me where I'm kind of what are these guys worth at this point? So one thing I am trying to do is I want to trade to a team that needs pitching and that needs an outfield bat. So one guy I'm looking at here is Craig Nunez, 19 years old. So he was drafted either last year or the year before. He was an all-star this year. And so you might be thinking the Padres aren't going to give up this guy for Eric Lauer and Sam Haggerty. And you're probably right, but I'm about to justify. Okay, no, so he was drafted in 2023 because he played in 2024. But I'm about to justify it for you right here. Padres have Manny Machado. He's not going anywhere. Okay. Eric Lauer, Sam Haggerty, combined WAR is more than Nunez. And San Diego needs the pitching because their pitching is old and hurt. And I mean, I can't really justify sending Haggerty over there. He's a good bench bat, but like, where's Nunez gonna play? You know, the Padres are like, they have guys locked up for so long, and that's how I'm gonna justify it. They can get Lauer and Haggerty and push for a playoff spot, and allowing Nunez to develop. Also looking here at the Phillies in Chris Ortega, or the Dodgers, I'm sorry. But I like Nunez a little bit more. He can field. He's not your typical. He plays third, but I'm going to move him to first at some point when I remember to. But he's not your typical first baseman, corner, infield bat, power bat. He's got a lot of contact, a lot of vision, a lot of speed. So, you know, you're not. He probably could stay at third. But with Hayes there, I'd rather just put him at first in the future if I need to. He's young. He could probably develop power as he goes because his other tools are so well advanced that you could probably just focus his training on power and not worry about anything else. So here also looking at Bucky Hayes. Don't love him. Seeing if the Diamondbacks have anybody else. They have a logjam at short, but so do we. So not really worth it. I think at the end of the day, you guys are going to see we eventually go through with the Nunez trade. Just because it's really hard to get what I want, and the Padres are willing to give it to me. So, we'll have that figured out shortly here once I decide to go back. I was just kind of showing you guys what I was looking at as far as options go. Texas was another place they're looking for specifically what we have to offer. And I thought, oh, maybe Josh Jung. But he's 27. And I don't know. I just don't really see him as an option. Well, that's probably a more realistic option. Maybe, you know, because they just traded for McMahon. They got Wisdom, who's older. And they like the deal. You know, Josh Jung is a good player. And I could see this trade happening realistically outside of the San Diego one. But I don't want to trade them to the Rangers because we'll be seeing them a lot. And I don't want to. The show likes to do interdivisional trades, but not me. So I'm not going to do it. And just looking out elsewhere, no one else really has anything that interests me, so you're going to see that I'm going to end up back here in San Diego. I just wanted to sim a little bit longer before we decide to make more trades. Phillies are offering us Joey Gallo. No thanks. We had the Joey Gallo experience for a year. We're not too worried about it. So we got a critical situation here in Texas, looking to avoid the save here. And I had some fun and switched the camera over to strike zone 3. And then I immediately regretted it after this at bat. But here's Julio facing AJ Minter. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. And that's out. Well, that's a strike, but it's near the edge. Minter leading the league in saves, but he's going to blow this one as Julio Rodriguez crushes that ball to left field, no doubt about it. And the Mariners take the lead here in the 9th against the Rangers. 3-run shot from Julio Rodriguez, number 19 on the year for him. And Minter has blown a save. So, the AL leader in saves. It's nice to have one of these happen to the other guys instead of us. Munoz has kind of been, like I said earlier, very streaky this year. And it's unfortunate because he's young and he's got good ratings. But we end up taking this one 6-4 as J-Rod comes through. Love to see it. So that's kind of a good start right out of the gate here. After the All-Star break, and we are hoping to get things going and win the division. It's anybody's division except for Oakland. It's kind of annoying when like 4 teams in the AL West are the division winner and the wild card teams, but that's just how good this division is right now. So we take it 6-4. Jose Alvarado gets the win. Minter gets the loss. Alright, so now we're going to head back to the trade here, the trade block. We're getting closer to the deadline. As I'm trying to show you guys like what I'm simming through, but also cut out stuff. And it's kind of difficult. So Munoz gets his 25th save, doesn't blow it somehow. Although he tried. Rangers had a couple of runners on. So here we go, continuing to look at box scores. Ford gets a loss here, still giving up walks against the Giants. We took... So here we see, kind of continuing on the All-Star break, there we go. Back to looking at trades. Vaughn is still out there, 26 years old. Just, again, nothing much. So I think... the trade block is not going to be where I need to go to look for what I'm looking for. Renfroe is a Yankee now. I don't know if I've known that. So we're still in 4th at 54 and 48. Again, getting swept by the A's, which is not great. Don't love that. Here's a trade offer. Sam Haggerty for Andrew Vaughn. Again, Vaughn, I just don't think that's worth it to the Nationals. France has a 15-game hitting streak as we win a match there. Haggerty for Luis Gonzalez. I thought Luis Gonzalez was younger than he is, so I was just like, no. Back here in Boston, as we try to wrap up the scouting procedure. Again, you guys have to forgive me as I'm trying to make these videos a little better in the sense that you guys see what's going on off the field, but editing is kind of hard for me, so it's a skill that I'm slowly trying to get better at. We lose that game in Boston. Another offer for Haggerty. This time it's Heston Kierstead. He's not really worth it. And Kirby's got a shutout going. And we take the series against the Sox. Sixto Sanchez for Eric Lauer. Interesting proposal from the Marlins. Sanchez is 26 with an 80 overall. 4-year career. Well, 3-year, I guess. 3 years technically. So he's got team controls, changeup, sinker, 4-seam slider, curveball. So a good 5-pitch mix. Attributes are fine. He is a righty, which I'd like to kind of have a mix of lefties. But they've got similar stats war-wise. So I'm going to take that trade. I think if the CPU is going to offer me that trade straight up 1-for-1, I'm going to take it. So now we've got like these pitchers. So I want to keep Ford and probably Lacey. I don't know. Maybe Leiter. But I will also, if something comes along and I can make a trade that gets me both, somebody decent for either of those guys, I will... Well, Lacey or Leiter. I don't like trading right away, but I am going to go with the Nunez, trying to get Nunez for Haggerty and Leiter. The Padres need pitching, and their pitching is old and hurt. So I'm going to send Leiter out to San Diego with Haggerty to get Craig Nunez. Like I said, to justify it earlier in the video, he is blocked by Machado, blocked by Cronenworth, Kim, Tatis. Well, Tatis isn't in this game, but Hayes. The Padres have a core locked up, and Nunez is just not gonna. I just don't think he can get enough playing time. Torkelson goes to the Diamondbacks from the Tigers. Cooper goes to the Rays. The Braves get Jason Adam and Colin Poche. But a quiet trade deadline, besides us, we've been kind of doing things. Will Myers goes to the Padres, back to the Padres. So he's now back in San Diego. And we are going to play this final game of the series here against the Twins. Fixing up the line or the rotation here. And I got to send somebody down. Do I send Lacey or do I send Ford? Ford's ERA has been climbing. So I'm going to send Ford down. He is a little bit younger, but I imagine we will see him in September. And I'm thinking just now, as far as September call-ups go, we'll probably see Ford and Cole Young. Maybe even Doughty. I'm not too sure. But we've got, you know, these young prospects that we can afford to... We can probably afford to platoon at second. We don't have to bring anybody in free agency. Just let the kids play. So, anyways, that's a long way away. But that's just kind of looking at what you can expect. Crawford's another guy I'm looking to trade at the deadline. But we will see that after this game. Because we'll go and get past the trade deadline so that you guys can see what our prospects look like. Or our draft picks look like, I should say. But man, Rivas, I really enjoyed having him on the team as well. But Nunez can field. He's got speed. So I'm liking this lineup. We've kind of traded power for contact all throughout. And we are fighting for a wild card spot here as we take on the Twins, who are in the weakest division in the league, but they are making the most of it. 61-47. We are 58-50, going for the sweep here today. That batting average is not great this series at 210, but we've only given up 3 earned runs. We took game 1 3-2, and took game 2 4-1. So, on a rainy day here in Seattle, we look to send Minnesota out of town as we wrap up the month of July. I know we only played really one game in July. I've noticed that with how the draft system works, I prefer to just play a game in July just to get through it so we can see the draft. Sixto Sanchez making his Mariners debut. ERA over 4. I'm going to have to change that red glove. And he starts the game by walking the leadoff hitter, Josh Rojas. 0-2 count to Nick Gordon. Hit down the third base line. That's going to be a foul ball. I like his pitch mix. Changeup as his primary pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 to Gordon. Hit to left field. That's going to be down the line, but it'll stay fair this time. And Soto's going to play it off the wall. Throw from Terang. And they're going to get him. Josh Rojas is nailed by an excellent throw from the cutoff man. And he saves a run to start this ball game. What a good play. What a good throw. Rojas was out by a lot, too. So, pretty impressed with that. No score. On to the second we go. Here's Ohtani. Sixto gets ahead of him with a sinker, 0-1. It's crazy to me that Ohtani's been in the league since 2018. He seems like yesterday he just got into the league, but... Or is it 2019? Anyways, you guys get the idea. He's been around for a while. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Ohtani is a strikeout victim. To the third. 9-1-2 for the Twins. There's another extra base hit. Hit perfectly down that left field line, and it'll hop over the wall for a ground rule leadoff double. Josh Rojas walked his first time up, hits it hard to Ke'Bryan Hayes. Throw back to second, but the runner gets back. 1 out for Gordon. That's up the middle. Here comes the throw from Frazier. And this time the runner will score with ease. 1-0 Twins. A good sinker gets Jose Miranda to swing and miss, and Byron Buxton will draw a walk. The second walk of the game for Sanchez, so he's going to give up some walks. I've noticed his control, he throws hard, but the control may not be there, and that's okay. As long as he can limit the damage when he does give up base runners, you're going to always give up base runners, but if he can get kind of swings like the sinker that struck out Miranda and the check swing from Ohtani, he'll be in good shape, I think. As Ohtani hits that one back where it came from, here comes the runner around third, and he will score. Throw to second is not in time, so it's a 2-0 lead as Sixto finds himself in a little bit of trouble in the third, but he will get out of it. To the fifth we go. Hit hard, but right at Toro at first. It's a getaway day for the Mariners, so having the bench all in except for Harry Ford was the plan for today. Here is Jose Miranda. 0 for 2. Had 2 base hits in the game yesterday, and he's quickly down 0-2. Struck out his last time up. Sanchez looking to pick up another one here. And he got him with the slider. Goes away this time and gets him reaching. So, overall, I'd say I've been fairly impressed with Sanchez so far. Byron Buxton is going to take a slider up in the zone for a strike. Don't want to keep leaving those there, but he gets away with it. Sinker hit hard, foul 0-2, looking for another strikeout.
One ball.
Classic 0-2 slider doesn't get him to bite. Ball 1. Got him with a fastball, though, as Sanchez picks up a couple of Ks in the 5th inning. On to the bottom of the 5th, we've got no offense to speak of so far. A 3-2 count to Abraham Toro, and he's going to hit that one down the right field line into that little corner over there. And he will have a 2-out double as we try to get on the board and get something started against Chris Paddock, who's had quietly a Cy Young caliber season. Cal Raleigh takes a ball inside, 1-2. Paddock's ERA is under 2. And Raleigh connects, hits it high and deep. That might get that ERA up a little bit higher as it is in to the batter's eye. Cal Raleigh. 2-run shot ties this game up with 2 outs in the 5th. Home run number 14 for the catcher. And we are all squared up here. Love it when Cal can connect. On to the 6th. Paddock out there. Brian Hayes going to start the inning with a base hit up the middle. Looking to take the lead here. Get Sixto his first win as a Mariner. And Nunez showing he's got some pop in his bat as that's down the left field line for extra bases. Here comes Hayes. The throw is in time. So the Twins pull off a similar play to what we did in the first, and they gun down Brian Hayes trying to score from first, yeah. And instead of a 3-2 lead with a runner at second and no one out, it's a tied game with a runner at second and 1 out for Juan Soto. They will intentionally walk him. Don't want to face him, and that's completely understandable. Bailey Ober is now in for Paddock. Here's Terang. He's been quiet. Takes a slider outside for a ball. 307 average with runners in scoring position. So his overall average all season has been declining, but he is hitting when it matters, except for on swings like that. I'm trying to be more patient at the plate, but it's just hard sometimes. A lot of these pitches out of the hand, in my eyes, look hittable. Except maybe that. I think I'm just trying to put the ball in play. I'm overthinking things. And that pitch hits him. Bases loaded. Double play, though, is possible at any base. And Leonardo Rivas. Hit to right field. Will that get down? It will. Right fielder can't play it cleanly. It's going to roll past him. And it's going to unload the bases. Rivas with a 3-run triple gives the Mariners a 5-2 lead. Wow, what a clutch at bat from Rivas. And that'll drive over out of the game. Here's Toro against Giovanni Morgan, it looks like. Hit weakly to left. And the runner will tag. Here comes the throw. And it is not in time as Rivas scores standing. And it's a 6-2 Mariners lead. Here's Cal Raleigh. Raleigh batting from the left side against, or the right side against the lefty. Fouls it off. 0 for 3 last night, but tied this ball game up in the 5th with one swing of the bat. And he's going to add on. Is that a 2-homer game for Cal? It's a leap at the wall, and he can't bring it back. Cal Raleigh going to left center. 15th of the year, 2-homer game. And I think that's the second one we've had this season for him. So have a day, Cal, as the Mariners have opened this ball game up in the 6th, 7-2. To the 9th we go, looking to get the win. Chris Flexen in the bullpen, and he will face 8-9-1 George Guzman. Hit to left. Soto's going to watch as that is gone, and Guzman gets that ball out of here in a hurry. Solo shot for him, number 3 on the year, and it is a 7-3 lead. Hit to center, and that's your ball game. Mariners win, and we get a series sweep of the Minnesota Twins. And we're having a good season, but again, it's just trying to get to that division. It might be another year of wild card action for us. So now that we have secured a series sweep as we out-hit them 13-7, Sixto gets his first win as a Mariner and improves to over 500 on the year. We are going to finish up here with the trade deadline and looking at our draft picks. 6 innings, 5 hits, 7 Ks, 4 walks, which don't love the walks, but what can you do? Ober gets the loss. Raleigh, of course, your player of the game with 2 home runs and 3 driven in. So what I originally wanted to do was I was going to go see if the Giants would take Crawford for Mitch Haniger, bring him back. That was my plan the entire time playing that game. That's what I was going to do. Ship him off and see if I could bring back Haniger as a bench bat. Well, I forgot. 45, 50 minutes later, and it slips my mind. And I'm kind of mad at myself about it. But I saved the file after I ended this recording. So, oops, can't go back and change it. Who knows? The Giants may not wanted to do it anyways, but I thought, okay, I'll just try to get a second base prospect, a young prospect. And I believe I ended up trading with the Phillies, so I wanted to make it a kind of a fair trade. I'm dumping Crawford's contract. He's got a couple years left, so I'm looking at Robbie Sable, 19-year-old, B potential, 69 overall, second base prospect. Trying to solve that situation at second without having to go into free agency. So that's kind of my primary target. There's also a starting pitcher for the Orioles. Here he is, Kevin Foley. But I'm kind of content with where our pitching is right now. Not looking to acquire new pitching. So we're going to go back here to the Phillies and see what we can get. But I, again, want to make it fair, because why would anybody trade a top prospect for a washed-up shortstop and a failed pitching prospect turned reliever who had one good season If y'all remember, in 2023, he pitched in 62 games or something like that. Some ridiculous amount of games. That's just not a fair trade. So I'm looking to see what I could do. I'm looking to see what contracts from the Orioles I could take on as kind of a salary dump 1-for-1, but there's not really anything. So back to the Phillies, and they have a lot of older pitchers. Taijuan Walker's 32, but then I saw Adam Simber's a guy. He's 34. If I traded for him, then I would never have to face him again. But our bullpen, we don't really need it. Joe Jimenez, Ryan Stanek, he's old. But none of these guys have crazy contracts except for 37-year-old Clayton Kershaw. We'll get back up to him. So 37-year-old Clayton Kershaw. That's what we're going to end up doing. So as you guys see me try to work out this trade, we're going to end up trading J.P. Crawford, Donnie Walsh, who was our first pick last year. He could play in the big leagues now. I thought about Cole Young, but I like Young. He's older. I don't want to get rid of Rivas, and Maitan wouldn't do it. Maitan's gonna let walk anyways at free agency, but Donnie Walsh will do it. He could play today for Philly. He's probably gonna reach his potential now. See potential. And we will do Robbie Sable and Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw will finish out his career possibly as a Mariner. He may not retire after this season, but he's getting kind of old, and he will fill out the bullpen for us. So yes, I'm coming to the conclusion that I've got to make the trade. Walsh is probably not a great shortstop. His fielding stats aren't really there, but he's got speed. I could see him moving to a second baseman type role. I think he could be a fine enough second baseman if he's going to play every day. Maybe a a good second base shortstop bench bat. But he's young. You never know. He could develop into a superstar, and that potential could go up, because I've seen it happen. It is rare, but potential does go up. So I'm figuring out that, yes, the thing is I could trade Brent's, Sheffield, or Flexen, but I like Flexen, I like Brent's, and Sheffield is on the last year of a deal, a 2-year deal, or he's got one more year. No, let's see. Yeah, a 2-year deal. He's on the last year of it. And I'm coming to the conclusion now that I've got to add in Donnie Walsh. Good contact, decent fielding, good speed, good plate discipline, vision clutch. I think the Phillies kind of come out on top here. Maybe not. I don't know. You guys you might disagree, and if that's the case, cool. Now I'm just kind of looking here at free agents, seeing if I can find somebody younger. It's not really that important. But we have 89 players on our roster. That's kind of a bummer. But I'm going to try and bring in Jacob Amaya. And he's not going to be interested. So that's probably just something we're going to play down probably the rest of the year, barring major injuries anywhere around the system. So yeah, okay, that is our trade deadline. We are done. I can't look at draft picks just yet. Gotta send down Sable. And like I said, Clayton will be our long man. And I wanted to bring up an outfield bat. That's it. So I wanted to bring up an outfielder. Wanted to check his potential as well. Sable's an 83, so that's not bad. Move him down to Double-A. Let him get some reps in Double-A because we kind of stacked here in Triple-A. Fitzgerald's out for a long time, but Cade Doughty is a guy I'm going to be looking at getting some reps next year. He young, and even maybe Sable might just see some time together at the big leagues. excuse me, as like a platoon, along with Toro. You never know. And then Craig Nunez can play anywhere in the infield. So it'll be interesting to see how Kershaw does in the bullpen. We got to send down a pitcher. And that means that it's going to be... It might actually be Flexen again, which I hate because I really enjoy pitching with Flexen. But I can't justify sending Alvarado down, even though he's kind of had a down year. And I can't justify sending anybody else down except Flexen. So Jose Caballero is out for a while. And now we can finally see our draft picks. But first, let's just check this out. We took the game one of the series 7-2. Orioles, man, they're struggling. Asa Lacy goes 6. Checking those walks. Only 3 walks. That's not bad. Okay. Lost game 2, 4-6. Now we can look at draft picks, but also contract extensions. Let's just take a look. How much does Ty France want? $8 million. I just can't justify that. He's too slow. And I like the idea of putting Nunez or even someone else at first. I know that's kind of giving Nunez's glove a break, but I don't know. We'll see. So Clayton Singh is our first overall pick, 60 overall, 18-year-old third baseman with B potential. Fielding's good, speed's good, got a little bit of pop, but hitting is something we need to really look at. He's going to be a good bunter, though, it looks like. And then Rufus Nelson, what a fun name. 82 overall, 4-pitch mix, 4-seam changeup, curveball, slider. A righty. Stamina needs to be worked on. Per nines are fine, not great. Fielding is not really good. And then we've got Jesus Rincon. 44 overall, lefty bat with an 82 potential. The rest of these guys, not really worth it to talk about. Nicky Diaz, Doug Wills. Diaz has a lot of speed, so that is our draft. And that will do it for this episode. So a bit of a longer video, but if you guys liked what you saw, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe as I post videos as often as I can. And we have the month of August coming up here on the channel with the Mariners trying to fight for that division. Let me know what you guys think about this trade deadline, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care and have a great rest of y'all's day.